Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Mike Muldoon Podcast. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a great week. It's January. It's a tough month for a lot of people. I know it's a tough month for me. It's really interesting. I can definitely feel my mind shift, change in January. Get a little down. Probably just coming out of the holiday, so I know I'm not the only one here. But but you got to try to keep positive, keep motivated, keep our heads up. So last week we talked about courage, right? And that courage is moving forward, sort of in the face of fear. But today I want to talk about confidence. And a lie that we're often fed about it. Somewhere along the line, we started to believe that confidence is really about being flawless, right? It's like, you finally feel confident once you've got everything mastered, every detail nailed down, every moment rehearsed. But what if I really told you that perfectionism actually might be the one thing holding you back? So this week I actually finished writing my book. It's called 5 Things Living Successfully, 5 Things Living Successfully in Between, and I'll be released later on in February. But anyway, there's one of the things I talk about in there is what's called change something, nothing changes, which basically means if you just keep going through life doing the same thing, nothing's going to change. So you have to do something. You have to change something in your life, change your routine, change your action, change whatever it is. But I also talk about the fact that a lot of times people won't want to make change till they have the perfect situation, right? Until it's perfect. I used to be a smoker many years ago. It's been over 20 years since I quit, which was ironic because I played all sorts of college sports and didn't start smoking until afterwards. But anyway, I remember, and a lot of smokers would tell you this, especially back then. Oh, well, I'll quit when the time's right. Well, here's the deal. The day you quit smoking, the time's not right. It's never right. It's never perfect, right? So I guess what I want to really talk about today is how perfectionism really is the enemy of confidence. And today we're going to really break down why chasing perfection and waiting for the right moment might just be the thing that might be sabotaging your progress. And more importantly, how embracing imperfection is actually the key to building real confidence. Let's be honest, perfectionism feels safe, right? Doesn't it? It's like, I'm not going to put myself out there until I'm 100% ready because that is when I can't fail. But, here's the thing. Perfection doesn't exist. It's like chasing a mirage. And the longer you wait for that perfect moment, the more opportunities you miss to actually grow and succeed from it. And to be honest, I'm going through something right now. I'm looking at making a very big move in my life, and I'll probably bring you up to speed on it a little bit later down the line as we progress. Because, I find myself a little bit sometimes like, well, if I just knew this, it would be easier to move ahead. And I find myself wanting to slip back and go, well, maybe it's not the right idea, but nope, I'm moving forward. I'm pushing as much as I can, and I think it's going to happen. And I'll share more with you over the next couple of weeks. But there's a reason why I'm not right this second. And more importantly, we're going to talk about that next week. But I'm kind of going through this. And again, for a little bit for me right now, it's like, well, if it's perfect, I can figure it out, but it's not. See, the thing is, how many times we told ourselves in life, right? I'll go for that promotion when I feel more prepared, or I'll start working out when I've got the perfect routine planned, or, my personal favorite is always, I'll put myself out there, when I feel better about myself. I hear that a lot of times with like dating, right? People will say, when I feel more comfortable, I've lost weight or whatever I've done, I'm going to put myself out there more, right? Sound familiar? Have you thought about any of this yourself? Do you know people out there? Do you know? But trust me, the thing is, if it's you or, people out there like this, we've all done it. But the reality is perfectionism keeps us stuck. It's like putting your life on pause, waiting for a moment that really will never come, right? So let's talk about how perfection really messes with your head. Number one, it makes you procrastinate. You think, I'm not ready yet. So you keep putting things off. Days turn into weeks turn into months. And before you know it, you're still standing in the same spot, waiting for your ready moment. It makes you afraid of failure. Perfectionists don't see failure as a lesson. They see it as proof that they're not good enough. And that fear, well, it just, like it always does, it paralyzes you. Perfectionism, it stops you from starting, right? The more you focus on getting everything just right, the harder it becomes to take that first step. You overthink, you second guess, and eventually you just don't do anything. And here's the kicker. Confidence doesn't come from standing still. It comes from moving forward, one imperfect step at a time. So what's the alternative? It's simple. you got to embrace imperfection. Now, I know it's easier said than done, but hear me out. When you stop chasing this impossible standard of perfection, you make room for growth. Action breeds confidence. The more you take messy, imperfect action, the more you're going to realize failure isn't the end of the world. In fact, it's just part of the process. And these mistakes that you might make along the way, right? Every time you stumble, you're going to learn something new. And guess what? That's how you get better. Always look at progress over perfection. The goal isn't to be flawless. It's really to just be better than who you were or what you were yesterday. So I guess it's my challenge to some people out there right now might be feeling this way is stop waiting for the perfect moment to try something. Just do the thing. Whatever it is that you might be thinking about doing right now. Now, obviously, if you're thinking about, well, I want to build a whole tech empire and this and that, but you're sitting in your home and you don't have a two nickels to rub together. Okay. And you'd love to start that tomorrow. That doesn't mean you can't start moving in that direction to make it happen. But for most people, it's nothing major. It's not a big thing. It's starting that workout routine. But, I don't have the perfect sneakers, or I don't have the perfect gym, or I don't have the perfect trainer, or, I don't feel like I'm up to speed at my job to ask for that promotion, whatever it is. But whatever that thing is for you right now, stop waiting for that perfect moment and just do it. Whatever it is you've been putting off, whether it's speaking up in a meeting, starting a new hobby, or just reaching out to someone, because that's something sometimes, right? We're a little nervous. How are they going to react? Are they going to react positive? Are they going to react favorably towards us? Or is it going to be a problem? Just go for it, even if it is messy. It's easy. Just pick one thing you've been avoiding because you don't feel ready. Take a small, imperfect step towards it today. And then celebrate the progress, because any progress, whether it's good or bad, is better than no progress. And while you're at it, just ask yourself, what is the worst thing that could happen if what I go and do, I'm not perfect? Because who am I really trying to impress here? And is it really worth me staying stuck just to avoid making a mistake? I think you're going to find that the fear holding you back is smaller than you really thought once you start taking those steps forward. Again, confidence doesn't come from being perfect. I think we're just sold that, right? We always saw it in movies growing up, especially me. I'm a Gen Xer. The confident, cool guy had it all put together, right? Everything was perfect, but it's not. It comes from just showing up with your flaws and all. And when you let go of perfectionism, you give yourself sort of permission to grow, to learn, and to actually move forward. So this week, I just want you to ask yourself, what can I do messy today? Take that first step, even if it's not perfect. And trust me, you're going to be amazed at what you're capable of when you stop chasing perfection and just start doing, because it's in the doing you're going to learn. All right, everybody, that's all I really got for you today. As always, appreciate you staying with me here. And in terms of this episode, let me know how you're stepping out of your comfort zone this week, because I'd love to hear that in your comments or emails. And as always, I wish you the best. Be safe this weekend, as always. And I got another love for you.